Okay, so this is our green workbook, Mandarin 2, and we are going to be on page 175, 175页. We're going to continue with section 3C. So this is a reading passage. So I'm going to go over this very quickly and see if you can answer the question. And it says, answer the questions in English, right? So it says, 在中国，小孩都特别喜欢中国新年，因为他们可以穿新衣、穿新鞋，爸爸妈妈也给他们钱。So this is in China, right? 小孩, so children, 特别喜欢, so they especially like Chinese New Year. They 可以穿新衣, so new clothes, 新鞋, new shoes, and 爸爸妈妈给他们钱, so they get money. 不过, so 不过 means but, right? But 李小红 friend, right? 告诉我她不喜欢中国新年. So first of all, this ta tells me it's a she, right? 她30岁，有先生 so she has a husband, so we're going to assume it's a she. 可是没有孩子 so they don't have children. 所以别人不给她钱 right? Generally, people give the red envelope to our children, but the parents usually get to keep the money. So, she doesn't have children, so she doesn't get to keep the money. 他还得给别人的小孩很多钱. So basically, if you don't have children, you end up being the one giving out the red envelope, so she doesn't get any back, right? 李小红还说，新年的时候公共汽车很少，她自己也没有车 which means she cannot drive herself, 所以出去玩也不方便。她觉得中国新年太没意思了。So she's one of the minorities that she's in the minority that actually does not like Chinese New Year. Basically, generally people like Chinese New Year because it's fun and they get the time off. Okay, so first question asks you, what are the two things during Chinese New Year that make children happy? Explain in detail. So 他穿新衣，穿新鞋，还有钱拿, right? So new clothes, new shoes, and there's money to get. So this is what we're looking for. Okay, and at anytime you want, you should stop the video so you can pause and write things down. I'll go through these fairly quickly. So I'm assuming you're pausing and stopping whenever you need. Okay, all right. What are two things during Chinese New Year that make Li Xiaohong unhappy? Well, first, she has to give other people a lot of money. Secondly, public transportation is smaller in number, so she finds it inconvenient. So both of those things. She needs to give other children money, but doesn't have children of her own. There are less public transportation available during New Year's. It's very inconvenient. Is Li Xiaohong male or female? Well, I said she has a husband, so we can assume she's female. Also, the character for Ta has the female radical, so she's female. Okay. That's it for part C. Looking at part D. This is the information on how to get to a theme park. Identify at least 3 means of transportation that can take tourists to the theme park. And this is very cool because this is all Taiwan. This is one of the rare times it's on Taiwan. I'm not quite sure where this theme park is because it looks like you can go from north, south, east, west. This is coming from the north because that's Taipei. This is coming from Taichung, middle of Taiwan. And then Kaohsiung is coming from the south. So I'm not understanding. I guess this is in Hualien because Hualien's right here. It says you can drive and it looks like it's only like 10 kilo from a certain location. So Hualien's like the middle of Taiwan, but on the right hand side, it has beautiful landscape, kind of like the Grand Canyon of Taiwan. It's called the Torogo Gorge, Tailuge. It is the birthplace of some Aborigines. So it's with indigenous people kind of discover this place. It's really, really gorgeous. When I have a chance, I'll show you some pictures. All right, so what are some of the transportations? Actually, I identify all five of these highlighted ones. I'm going to show you what each one means, right? So 自行开车 means driving yourself. 飞机 is airplane. 铁路 is railway or train. 公路 is bus. And 市区公车 is city bus. So there's 2 types of buses in Taiwan. There's 客运 versus 公车. So 客运 is like a more long distance bus, kind of like our Greyhound here. And then 公车 is like the city bus that we see around. Okay, so these are 5. You just need to identify at least 3. Okay, all right. Moving on. Now, writing and grammar, right? So what or who makes you nervous? Look at the visuals below and write what makes Li You nervous. So first one says 什么让李友紧张? Well, it looks like she's driving. So I'm going to say 开车让李友紧张. Now, we also know in our text 开高速公路让李友紧张. So you can write either or. I just wrote 开车让李友很紧张. 很紧张 is kind of nice to put in here. 紧张 is okay, just means she's nervous, but 很紧张 is very nervous. And in this case, we kind of want to emphasize that. Okay, so you can write 开车让李友很紧张 or 高速公路开高速公路让李友很紧张。Number 2 here looks like she's in class. So 上课让李友很紧张 which is kind of interesting, but that's what I translated. Another option may be 考试让李友很紧张 because she may be taking a test or test is coming up next. It's just the picture is not super clear what she's doing. Okay, last one, I'm guessing taking the airplanes make her nervous. So 坐飞机, not taking, but sitting in an airplane. So in Chinese, is sitting in an airplane. 坐飞机让李友很紧张. Okay. All right. Part B here says, answer the following question according to your own circumstances. So please don't copy me unless you are exactly like me. So the first question actually got me stuck because it says, 什么让你很紧张? To be honest with you, at this point, not much makes me 紧张 because I've done a lot of things, right? So, and you know, I was gonna say, oh, speaking publicly, but I speak publicly every day to you guys. So I said, sometimes 写 email 让我很紧张 because I have to figure out my grammar, I have to figure out my tone, I have to 紧张 in the sense that it's a lot of work, so that's what makes me nervous. So I said 写电子邮件让我有点紧张，一点点紧张 because I'm nervous, I'm not a happy camper about it. All right, number 2, 什么让你高兴? Oh, I'm easy. 什么让我高兴? Eating food. 吃饭让我高兴. So I said 吃饭让我高兴. You can say 吃冰淇淋. That's true for my sister. She loves 冰淇淋. So 吃冰淇淋让我很高兴. All right, last one. 什么让你不好意思? What makes you embarrassed? I'm not a good dancer, so I'm going to say 跳舞让我不好意思. But, you know, you can put down whatever you think, right? 说话让我不好意思. And I'm guessing not just talk, but like public speaking. You could say that too. Okay. Answer the following question with may, blah, 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 do. So you're trying to make this one instance a constant occurrence. So in the example, it says, 他晚上看电视吗? So you say, 他每天晚上都看电视. So does he watch TV at night? He watches TV every night. Okay. 他早上走高速公路吗? So your answer will be, 他每天早上都走高速公路. Now, there's not a lot of room here. So yes, you're going to have to squish your writing a little bit. But yes, that would be the answer to this one. 他每天早上都走高速公路. Number 2, 考试的时候哪一个学生很紧张? Well, to answer a complete sentence, 考试的时候每个学生 every student 都很紧张, right? Yeah, it's pretty true. Okay, 常老师哪个周末回家? So you would say 常老师每个周末都回家. Last one, 那个商店的什么衣服很贵? Or 那个商店的每件, remember now we got an article, 每件衣服都很贵. Okay? All right, next part is part D, and this is the last part of today. We are translating. All right, so it says, wow, we're going to translate the following to Chinese. You speak Chinese so well. Normally, how do you prepare for your Chinese class? So you speak Chinese so well. Subject, 你, right? 你中文, your Chinese, 说得真好, right? You speak Chinese so well. Normally, it will be 平常. 平常你怎么, right? Your how, 准备中文课. So how do you prepare for Chinese class? And then now it says, I listen to the audio every morning. So remember, it is either start with I or you can start with the morning. So here I started with I. You can always start with morning, right? So I say, 我每天早上都听录音. Or you can say, 每天早上我都听录音. Either way is okay. Remember, the time and the subject can switch around. Okay, next, we'll have dinner first. Then we'll go dancing. My treat. So 我们先, right? You're trying to say first. So 我们先吃晚饭再去跳舞, right? Then we go dancing. My treat is 我请客. I am treating you. Okay? All right. Next, your response will be, oh, well, I don't want to make you spend money. I feel bad. So something about 不好意思 in here, right? Making you spend money. So spend, we learn is 花, right? You spend so much time is 花时间. Spend money will be 花钱. So I would say 让你花钱真不好意思. So I make you spend money. I feel embarrassed, right? Okay. 好, I'll give you a ride to school today. Remember, we start with the time. So 今天 I'll give you a ride means I'll drive you to school, right? So 今天我开车送你去学校. Oh, that's very nice. That's a nice offer. But the response says, never mind. So 算了, right? We learn 算了. I better take the bus. 我还是 I better, right? 我还是坐公共汽车吧. Why? So you say 为什么, right? And the reason is because You drive too fast. 你开车开得太快 right? 让我很紧张. It makes me nervous. 你开车开得太快，让我很紧张. All right. And of course, is that so? 是吗? No conclusion to this conversation. It's okay. All right. Number 4, I like New York City. The city is so interesting. 我喜欢纽约. That's pretty much direct translation. 我喜欢 I like 纽约. The city is so interesting. This city 这个城市很有意思. All right. All right. Then someone else says, I also think New York is quite nice. So we're trying to go 挺好的, quite nice, right? So 我也觉得纽约挺好的, right? And then subway. So in this case, we don't translate the it. We can just say subway because the way this English goes or Chinese goes, the subway is implied that it is in New York. So 我也觉得纽约挺好的，地铁特别方便 because especially convenient. All right, last one, number 5. Sorry. Do you know how to write email messages in Chinese? So 你会不会 do you know how 你会不会用中文写电子邮件 right? Do you know how to write emails in Chinese? 会 I know how, right? Yes, so 会 I also know how to use a cell phone to write emails. This is a very interesting conversation. This is an old textbook. So I say 我还会 because I also know 我还会用手机写电子邮件. I know how to use my cell phone, right? Really? Really? 是吗? You're so cool. And we know how to say that. 你好,你真酷. You can say 你真酷,你好酷,都可以. Okay? Everybody knows. So 每个人都会 or 每个人都知道. Your choice. Either way is fine, right? You will be cool too if I teach you. So 如果我教你的话, if I teach you, 你也会很酷. You will be cool too. Okay? All right. Great. Great. 太好了. New Year is coming. 新年快要到了. I want to email my friends and wish them a happy new year. 我想给朋友写电子邮件. What's the point? 祝他们新年快乐. Right, so that's what I want to do. So then you say how, because okay, I'll teach you now. 我现在教你. Okay? All right, so that's it. Make sure to put the book on the shelves when you are done with this part. All right, that's it, guys.